After winning the Heisman Trophy in his senior season at Army and falling just short of leading the Black Knights to a national title, it was time for Jason Miller to enter the armed forces. He was stationed overseas to fight in World War III and put up stats that were even more impressive than what he did in his football career. After serving his required time in the military, Jason decided that he wanted to try to give professional football a shot. At 5'10" and years removed from his Heisman season, his chances of making a roster were slim to none, but after some successful workouts, the Baltimore Ravens picked him up as a practice squad quarterback. Jason made enough of an impression on the staff that he earned the third-string quarterback job. It seemed unlikely he'd ever play, but then disaster struck the Ravens quarterback room. Lamar Jackson tore his ACL and was done for the season. Tyler Huntley suffered an injury to his throwing hand during practice, and Jason was going to have to be an emergency starter for the Ravens in their final game against the Steelers, which happened to be for a wild card spot in the playoffs. So in Jason's first game as an NFL quarterback, he is taken on a tough Pittsburgh Steelers defense led by Ziggy Sabaka. Facing the top safety in the league who was traded from the Dolphins last year will be tough, but Jason is starting things out with confidence, dialing up a 30-yard dot to Mark Andrews. So Jason not looking scared at the moment in his first NFL snaps. He will take off scrambling here, and folks, you just saw Jason Miller slide. This is truly a man who has refined his game to try to become an NFL quarterback, gets a completion there, and Jason is shockingly just looking sharp as attack in this game, leading the Ravens right down the field, throwing dots left and right. He does take a sack there on first down, unfortunately. But Jason has weapons around him that he absolutely never had at Army. And he hits an easy throw up the seam there. I don't know what the Steelers defense was doing, but Andrews gets into the end zone for the touchdown on Jason's first drive. Jason is already going to be a fan favorite after that one. And remember, he's going against one of the best defenses in the league, led by the best safety in football history, and he is looking like a beast right now. A shocking near 100 passing yards for Jason in the first quarter, and the Ravens have the ball threatening to score again as Jason gets that drag route past Ziggy Sabaka to get down to the 2. Coach going with the read option here down at the goal line, and Jason will just hand it off for a touchdown. The Ravens take a 2-score lead. Jason Miller goes from practice squad to looking like starting quarterback material for the Ravens, but he's going to have to be careful here. Backed up on his own goal line, looked like he was going to get out of the pocket, but he gets tripped up. So now Jason's at his own 3, really got to be careful. He will step up in the pocket here, gets knocked around, lucky he didn't fumble. All right, so a 3rd and 6 conversion here would be very nice. And that's going to be a tight window. Dude breaks that up. Thankfully, Jason's had a really good looking defense behind him today and continues to dial up easy passes up the seam. The defensive coordination from the Steelers has not been very impressive as they're leaving these wide open lanes for us to scramble into. So Jason's got 50 seconds to try to get some points here. And A is just going to come wide open. I don't know what the Steelers are doing, man. Jason has made this debut look easy as he is just force feeding Mark Andrews the ball. So Jason and the Ravens get a field goal. They will enter halftime with a 17-zip lead. Jason hasn't gotten the run game going a ton yet as the Steelers have really been keying in on him, but with a 17-point lead, I would expect to see him try to get it going here, and he's got a little bit of space juking forward for 6 yards. Jason has probably done his only slide of the day already. He will continue to scramble for easy gains, and there's another slide, man. Number 1 is playing it smart in his NFL debut. You love to see it. Gonna get out of the pocket here, scamper down the sideline, and look at him tiptoeing, man. If he could have stayed in, that might have been a touchdown. So Jason is faced with a 3rd and 2 here. Looks like coach is going with the option again, and there is not a ton of room to work. That's okay. We'll take our field goal. Maybe not. Kicker misses it. Steelers score, so this is still technically a game, and Jason takes another sack there. Gotta stave off the comeback here, and Jason gets out of the pocket. The wheel route comes just completely wide open. Another Steelers coverage bust, and that should probably do it. It looks like Jason will send the Ravens to the playoffs as he made Ziggy Sabaka and the Steelers defense look pathetic today. An absolutely remarkable stat line in Jason's first game, 80% completion percentage, as well as 50 yards rushing. So after a surprising start and surprising performance, Jason will have the chance to lead the Ravens in the playoffs. So here we go. Who would have thought Jason Miller is playing in the NFL playoffs? But it looks like the Jets know just what he's going to want to do today. Jason is going to have to beat these guys with his arm, but he gets things started with a first down to Beckham. Let's go. Jason has really just looked like a legit NFL starter, and he's going to have some room on the option here. Will pick up the first down and more. So the Ravens offense continuing to look strong here on the first drive as Jason will get out of the pocket. Tried to get that out to Y, but he takes the sack. Probably for the best we didn't make too risky of a throw there, because when Jason dumps it off, it seems like good things happen with his receivers. These dudes are 1,000 times more athletic than what Jason was working with at Army, and that option play would have set up perfectly, but his blocker just runs right by his dude. So Jason behind the sticks here, and this is is not an ideal play call. He's going to have to improvise a little bit and ends up getting positive yards. So it'll be a big time 3rd and 4. Ravens going with a 5 wide look, and Jason will have to step up in the pocket, fights forward and fumbles, but his lineman recovers and they get the first down. So a disaster is averted. Now the Ravens are in field goal range, but Jason is going to take a risky throw that was way off target and it gets picked off over the middle. Should not have thrown that under pressure. Thankfully defense gets a stop, and Jason is going to make a back shoulder throw to Zay Flowers. Cornerback was absolutely lost there. So after the interception, Jason not showing any fear on the ensuing drive, and it looks like he has a receiver open deep. He will throw a dime to make up for it. Zay Flowers has been cooking so far in this game. After Jason's big touchdown pass, the Jets do move right down the field to answer, but Jason's offensive line has been really solid at giving him time so far. Apart from the interception, he has looked dialed in, and coach seems to be interested in taking deep shots here early on. This time Jason's just going to step up in the pocket, evades a couple of guys, and he will pick up a big gain on the ground, showing a lot of presence there and looking really comfortable. So we'll have another chance to get something going here, but as far as I could tell, everything was boxed up there. We take the sack. That's one where Jason normally gets out of the pocket, but he doesn't there, and all of a sudden it looks like he's clamming up a little bit. The Jets are definitely going to keep sending pressure against him, but this time he's got a man wide open in man coverage, throws a dime to Bateman under pressure, and a huge gain on 3rd and long. So now we got a 1st and goal, and it looked like Jason had the curl, but he will just take off, getting into the end zone for an easy rushing touchdown. This Ravens offense continues to look great with Jason at the helm. I'm not gonna lie, man, playing quarterback on Madden is a lot more fun than I thought it'd be. Let me know if you want to see another season of this, because I feel like Jason deserves it, man. So Jason and the Ravens head to halftime with a small lead. Jason's been great today, and he has a ton of room on the read option, trying to spin out there to make something happen. That is probably a play where we should slide, but Jason is just filled with confidence right now. He'll have to convert a big time 3rd and long here though, which is something he's done before today, and he is gonna chuck that up deep. Can he do it again? What a catch from his tight end, bro. Ravens wide receivers have just been amazing today. So big time 3rd and 7 for Jason here. Gotta take care of the ball and make sure we at least get a field goal, but he's gonna take that seam shot to his tight end. Once again, receivers continue to ball out. That was a very impressive catch from Mark Andrews. Ravens going with the play action pass by the goal line. Jason takes the jump off, but that gets stopped well short. So it'll be a big time 3rd and goal from the 5. Ravens are going with the stick play here, and it doesn't look like Jason has anybody open, but he steps up in the pocket, scampers in there for what should be the icing on the cake in this game. Defense gets a turnover, and it looks like Jason will lead his team to the playoff win. He's not done yet though, trying to get something going with the read option. Wisely slides down. Why not get this boy another touchdown before we get out of here? Coach is letting him run around a little bit. Maybe not the smartest thing in the world when you have no quarterback behind Jason on the depth chart, but right now Jason feels like he's invincible. He will waltz in for another touchdown, making this Jets defense look stupid once again. Just like that, it's an 18-point lead for the Ravens, and Jason will just keep running, makes a ridiculous cut on the read option to strut into the end zone once again. It'll be a playoff blowout today. Jason Mayhem Miller finishes the day with a ridiculous 91 completion percentage and 100 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns on the ground. So the Ravens will take on the Bengals in the divisional round of the playoffs. So here we go, second round of the playoffs. Jason's taking on the Bengals. We'll see if those first couple of games were just a insanity run, or if he really has what it takes to take the Ravens to the Super Bowl. And he starts it out there with a huge gain. Now time to get the run game cooking. Tons of space for our boy. He picks up a block, and he might have a shot. He will dart into the end zone for an opening drive touchdown, but the Bengals go right down to answer. The Ravens offense is really going to have to put points on the board today, and this will be a big 3rd and 1 for Jason. He just takes the drag over the middle, easy money. Our boy's starting off 3 for 3, looking very efficient on these first couple of drives, and trying to break off another big run here, make some moves. Looks like he's a little bit shaken up on the play, but Jason will stay out there. He's a little bit tougher than he was in college, and on second down, he will escape the pocket, trying to juke out the middle linebacker, but lucky that wasn't a fumble. A little bit of a slower drive here. Got to make sure we get this into the end zone, and Jason has room again on the run. I've been shocked at how good the run game has been. Bengals defense has not looked too strong, as Jason just continues to take these easy dump offs. He's looking for something easy to get into the end zone here from the 16 and finds Mark Andrews, who dives in. Ravens reclaim the lead, and defense gets a turnover. Jason will have the ball right back here in the red zone and finds Andrews again. That'll be a 2-score lead for the Ravens. So this one is looking pretty solid going towards halftime, as Jason takes the curl there, trusting his receivers to make a move. Only a couple incompletions for our guy so far on the day, continuing to find those holes in the zone, but Andrews drops that. That's okay, man. I'm not going to hate on Andrews one bit. He has been great. He can drop the ball every once in a while, but Jason takes the sack there. We miss an opportunity to really make this a blowout, but defense has been better than I expected against a tough Bengals offense. Jason's trying to make something shake before halftime here and makes a very risky throw, but it will pay off. Andrews is having the game of his life, and he will get all the way down to the 2. So chance to make this a 3-score game, and Jason will get out of the pocket looking just like he did at Army as he shushes the crowd. Ravens are up by 21. I was not expecting that first half. 28 points for the boys and showing no signs of stopping. Things have really just looked too easy in this game. As coach going with the triple option here, throwing it back to Jason's college days, and Jason will just keep this himself, rumbling forward for the first. It's time to get the run game cooking here to run out some clock, but unfortunately that'll be a tackle for loss. So a 3rd and 6 to keep the momentum. Bengals are running a stupid defense again, and that'll be Andrews up the seam all day. I don't know why they're running that. Bengals defensive coordinator should seriously be fired from what I've seen. He's just been making things a little bit too easy on Jason, who has a ton of room here, juking to get inside the red zone but fumbles it. The boy is just not a slider, man. What can I say? And that is significant because a field goal there would have put us up by 4 scores. Now the Bengals have cut it to 2 scores, so this is still a game. Gotta take care of the football here and pick up a couple of first downs. Mark Andrews continues to have the game of his life. Dude has 140 yards on the day and a couple of touchdowns. As Jason has a ton of room on the read option here, he is dog tired, but it'll be a big game. But trying to slide down, man, he doesn't get to the ground in time, and it'll be another fumble. That is not a good look at all. Thankfully, defense gets a turnover, so no reason to take any kind of risks here. Bengals will take a timeout and make it 3rd down, but Jason has of course been great on 3rd down today. He has a clean pocket here, and he will step up in it, this time sliding down to get his boys into field goal range. Now the Bengals are just taking desperation timeouts, and Jason gets loose again here. Bengals use their last timeout, and that should do it. The Ravens are headed to the conference championship game. So at this point, this is just icing on the cake. Jason will dump it off on the halfback screen and pick up a free touchdown pass. So despite those 2 fumbles, Jason finishes the day with an incredible passing stat line, as well as 130 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. So here we go, boys. AFC Championship game in the rain against the Chiefs. Jason's team is going to need a big day on the ground and through the air from him, because Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense are of course going to be pretty hard to stop. I'm hoping we can get the run game cooking here early, and that's looking pretty good. Jason gets loose, jukes out a guy for a huge gain, but he's got to start sliding in the rain. So the birds are on the move here. Easy seam pass to Mark Andrews. The seam pass has been Jason's best friend this season, and my guess is he's going to look for it again here. Yep, he has it, and Andrews snags that. A nice quick drive for the Ravens touchdown, and defense comes up with a goal line stop. We're in business. Jason will step up in the pocket here, trying to slide, but he can't. Very lucky that fumble was recovered. The slides in Madden are incredibly slow. I need to be a little bit more careful, and Jason will be faced with a big 3rd and 11 here. He might have a man deep, but gets hit before he can get the throw off, as the Chiefs waste no time answering with a touchdown. This is why we need to capitalize on the stops that defense does give us, and it feels like this drive will decide the momentum for the rest of the game. As long as we have these easy dump offs, we're good. We just got to be careful to not get behind the sticks. As Jason gets some great blocks there, he might have a shot on this play, gets a block to the outside, and he will crib the read option. Let's go. Waltzes into the end zone and takes a bow, and defense gets another stop. We got to jump on the Chiefs here. Zay Flowers is wide open. Was kind of hoping he'd get a bigger run after the catch, but this offense is humming right now. Chiefs have not been taking away what they need to take away. We head to the 2-minute drill with a 7-point lead, and Jason looking for a play here fits that into a very tight window. Could have easily been a pick, but turns out to be just the play we needed. This will be a big time 3rd down right on the edge of field goal range, and Jason's gonna try Mark Andrews, old reliable at tight end. We're going hurry up here, gotta go kind of quick, and I think we might have had a deep shot. Jason gets out of the pocket though, and will slide down at the 10. 100 rushing yards on the day for our boy, and we're not trying to come away with anything less than a touchdown here. That is a laser to Odell Beckham Jr. Jason gives his boys a 2-score lead, so we're gonna head into halftime looking very nice. A touchdown here would pretty much put this game away. This will be a big 3rd and 3, but that is just too easy for Jason Miller. Ravens will probably try to take a little bit of time off the clock on this drive, especially since the running game's been so solid. Unfortunately, Jason gets cut down in the backfield there. Could have been a big gain if he escaped, but it seems like the Chiefs know that the triple option's coming at this point. We're gonna have to keep on switching things up, and this will be a big 3rd and 18. It seems unlikely Jason will pick this up, but Zay Flowers gets a great release. Cornerback gets absolutely cooked in man coverage. So time will continue to come off the clock here. Chiefs are really starting to stack the box though, so another 3rd down. We'll see what Jason can do, and he is gonna make a very risky throw to Odell that gets swatted away. We will be punting headed into the 4th quarter. Never mind, I guess we kicked the long field field goal. So even with KC scoring, we retain a 2-score lead. Jason not playing conservative here though, going for the kill shot to Bateman. Risky throw, but it gets in there. You know Jason is going to go 100% until this game is over. And he is getting out of the pocket here, slings it to Y. Another risky throw gets his team down to the 2. So we'll have it 1st and goal. And there's, yeah, no way for him to get out of there. Jason fumbles and the Chiefs come up with it. Not ideal, man. We need a stop from the defense. And thankfully they get a turnover. Jason avoids an embarrassing moment. And the Ravens continue to look like a potential Super Bowl team as Jason picks up the 1st down. That should do it. Wanted badly to try to juke that guy out there, but Jason is dog tired. And of course he puts it on the deck again, bro. Jason's been way more loose with the ball in this situation than Coach Harbaugh would like him to be. But the Ravens come away with the win. Jason had another very efficient day passing and 100 yards rushing. Those 3 fumbles are something to look out for though. So who could have seen this coming? Jason Miller is playing in the Super Bowl. And the matchup against the 88 overall Eagles is not going to be easy. Jason will have to play the best game of his life to get a win here. And he is already faced with a 3rd and long. Tight coverage to the outside, but he hits Beckham on the curl. That is a big time completion to get Jason warmed up. But it looks like the Eagles have this run game sniffed out pretty good. Ravens have run basically nothing but read option in the playoffs. And unfortunately, Jason can't get the completion on 3rd down. I think I probably missed B on that play, but thankfully defense gets the stop. And Jason's going with the deep shot here, hits it. Just what we needed to break things open for this offense. Odell Beckham is playing like he's in his prime as Jason hits Dobbins on the wheel route, spreading the ball around like he does. This has been a nice sustained drive. But Jason not seeing anyone open there, can't get out of the pocket. We head to the 2nd quarter looking to break the 0-0 stalemate. And Jason trying to escape pressure there, barely able to throw it away. This is definitely the best defense Jason has faced. He'll have to convert a 3rd and long here, but he is not decisive enough. Tries to get out of the pocket on the scramble and fumbles. Ravens will come away with nothing. For all the positives Jason's brought to the table, his ball security has been pathetic. Boy just has to learn when to tuck it away. But defense has come out strong so far in this game, and this time Jason will slide. So a chance at redemption here before halftime. Jason's looking a little gun shy now. This is not Army anymore, man. This is the Super Bowl. He's gonna take the fade route to Odell Beckham. Absolutely beautiful. Ravens offense is cooking, and that was a super risky throw, but Mark Andrews is always good to come down with that. So he got it near the goal line with time ticking under a minute, and Beckham is wide open on the drag, dives into the end zone to finally give us the lead. Defense gets the stop, but we got the ball at the 2. Got to be careful to not take a safety here. Thankfully, Jason able to get his team out of their own end zone, and low key, he kind of has some space on this read option. Almost took that to the crib. As he is hyped up, we will head into halftime with some momentum, but the Eagles are finally able to get a score, and Jason goes down in the backfield on 1st down. This is the drive right here. We need to come down with points. Jason making confident throws into tight windows. That'll bring up a 3rd and 4. We got the easy dump off to Zay Flowers for the big pickup. Billy has not done a good job of taking away those underneath routes. At it again there, gets swatted away. Got to be careful to not take any negative plays here, and that's money to Mark Andrews. He'll get a nice little block and pick up a huge one. We're in field goal range, but I feel like the Eagles have been waiting for an offensive explosion. Gotta punch this in for a touchdown, and Jason steps up in the pocket. Lucky he did not fumble that thing. If he put it on the deck there, that would have been absolutely killer, but he takes a terrible sack. Gotta be sure to not take another one here. He steps up in the pocket, will go down, but hopefully this is still Justin Tucker range. Tucker gets it. Defense gets a turnover, so we're in business. A touchdown here would give us a near insurmountable lead with the way these offenses have been playing. Biggest 3rd and 1 of Jason's life here. As coach is not trusting the run, we will just take that drag to old reliable Mark Andrews. Can't slow down here though. I'm not trying to have another drive stall out in the red zone. Jason is going to stay aggressive with those seam routes. So here we go. 1st and goal. Jason will step up in the pocket and soar in for the easy touchdown. We take a 10-point lead, and Jason Miller is 3 minutes away from a Super Bowl win. Just got to take care of the ball here, and he's going to have a huge gain on the read option, picking up a block and wisely going down out of bounds. Jason's had fumbles in these situations in the last couple games. He will hopefully be a little bit more careful here, and he's lucky his arm was going forward on that one. 3rd and 4, you better believe we're passing for this. Looks like we should have A up the seam pretty easy, but dude almost jumped that to pick it off. I really did not see the safety help there at all, and the Eagles get a touchdown with all 3 timeouts left. This game is definitely not over. We are not going to put this on the defense. We're trying to pick up the 1st down on this play. Jason will take Dobbins out of the backfield. He gets tackled short, so 3rd and 6 to clinch the Super Bowl, and Jason throws a very ill-advised pass up the seam. The Eagles will get it back. Most definitely would have had A come coming over the middle there. And unbelievably, the Eagles get the field goal. Jason might have choked away this game. And unless something crazy happens here, this is heading to overtime. Jason will launch that up deep. It gets swatted away, so here we go. Eagles go down and get a touchdown. So Jason will have one last shot to lead a touchdown drive, and he's gonna have to move pretty quick. This formation's been money for Jason throughout the playoffs. We're gonna keep rocking with it, and he will step up in the pocket here, sliding down for the first. We're coming down to the wire here, just over a minute left, and that's man coverage. Jason has B for the touchdown, but gets hit first. Our boy has thrown the ball 33 times today, more than he's ever thrown in his life. He's gonna take off here though, sliding down again. We have the first with under a minute left. This is intense, dude. Gotta move quick, but we'll take the safe read to Dobbins. So we got it at the 19, 55 seconds left. Jason will step up in the pocket again, was terrified he was gonna fumble that. He just cannot get anything open right now. 29 seconds left now. So here we go. We got 2 shots to pick up the first. Looks like Jason has the corner route, and absolutely amazing catch to come down with that. So 13 seconds left. Cannot complete a ball short of the goal line. Jason will pull the trigger to Bateman. His receivers clutch up in OT. So that'll hopefully tie the game up. I don't know what happens now. Bro, Justin Tucker misses the PAT in overtime. We lose the Super Bowl to the Eagles. You've got to be kidding me, man. One of the greatest kickers in NFL history misses it. We choke the Super Bowl away to Philly. I can't even believe how that game ended. It was a great run from Jason, but his career continues to be filled with heartbreak. So let me know if you want to see another season of Jason in the NFL. I had a lot of fun with this. Be sure to leave a like on the video. See y'all in the next one. Peace.